Guys, so we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Two cannibal CME coronal mass ejection headed straight for Earth. Impact in 36 hours. All right, so I want to show you something really quick here, guys. But man, this picture is not looking good. Man, that is a huge blast going on there. There was another eruption that took place today, 5 a.m. Eastern Time, November the 11th. Give me a second here. I want to show you, I want to bring this one up really quick here, guys. Um, Solar storm tsunami heading to Earth could spark blackout in hours. Now, there's been a report the continent of Africa and even Europe, there was a radio blackout. I mean, it was a again, experts are saying this is the biggest one so far in the year 2025. So we're going to see what's going on with this one here. Once again, 22 states are going to see the aurora, and it's going to start tonight, I think, 10 p.m. Eastern Time until, I think, 2 p.m. a.m. So this is a very important update. Once again, space weather forecaster are issuing a heightened alert for a rare cannibal CME event. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and a PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Hey guys, thank you so much for the Cash App coffee a day support. I really appreciate it. I also got this nice cup with it. Snoopy, you guys know who Snoopy is. All right, so always sleeping on top of the doghouse. You never sleep inside. If you guys know, again, Snoopy, you know Snoopy. Charlie Brown never kicked the football. He's always missing that shot. Also, guys, this is gonna be off topic. The Starbucks, you know that cup, the teddy bear, the bear cup that everybody is going crazy for. Someone sold it online, $50,000. It's hard to find them. Starbucks had that limited edition, and it seems like a lot of people are willing to pay a lot of money for that. That is insane. All right, so going back to this news, that is ugly. Man, ever since 3i Interstellar, 3i Atlas Interstellar, ever since it went around the sun and reappeared, all of a sudden the sun is erupting. I mean, it's crazy. All right, so Earth is on basically high alert. So we're going to see what's going on with this news here, guys. Once again, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so here's another picture. And there will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. Jesus said that. Astronomers are predicting a solar storm tsunami will strike Earth today following multiple flares and CME's coronal mass ejections from the sun. One of the flares is thought to be among the most powerful eruption of the current solar cycle, with serious implications for space weather and Earth electromagnetic environment. Now, this is not going to be the end of the world and stuff like that. But this could cause some power grids. Who knows? Maybe there could be some issue with GPS signals. I mean, radio blackout. But possibly headaches. Who knows? The flare is capable of disrupting satellites, high-frequency radio, and high-altitude flights. As the initial waves of solar tsunamis approach Earth today, space weather forecasters are issuing a heightened alert for a rare cannibal CME event, coronal mass ejection. Here's another picture. Now, for those of you that read scriptures, 2 Peter chapter 3, Peter talks about the end of the universe, the end of the sun, the end of the moon, the stars, the black hole, planet Earth. All this would go out with a big bang. All right. And it will be at the final, again, at the very end, when everything is done and fulfilled. God is going to say, that is it. It is done. I am the first, the last, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, and the end. In the very beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. At the very end, God will uncreate it. But there is a new heaven and a new earth waiting for us, for only righteous dwell. It says here multiple coronal mass ejections from recent X-class flares, including yesterday X1.7 and today's record X5.0 from Sunspot AR4274 are racing towards us at a speed up to, look at this, 1,000 kilometers. So it's still heading towards us. So the lead coronal mass ejection, which erupted on November 9, may already be glancing our magnetosphere, causing minor radio blackouts over Europe and Africa, while trailing blast could catch up and merge en route, a phenomenon dubbed a cannibal in reference to the way in which the faster rear wave devours the front one, amplifying its punch. The good thing about our planet is that we have a barrier, a magnetic shield. All right, so this massive solar storm that's heading towards us, we have a shield that protects us against that solar flare. How amazing how God created everything and lines up perfectly. We have a shield that protects us against solar flare. If you look at the x-ray of our lungs, and you go to the park and look up, see the trees like in the sunlight, again, if you match those two pictures, it looks the same. You know, the tree breathes in the bad air and releases the good one. We breathe in the good one and releases the bad one. So again, when God created everything, he made everything to work how it's supposed to. And it's just amazing that the signs of God creation is out there and people still saying, well, I don't think he's real. He's real because you're still alive. Man, you woke up to see another day. That's a blessing. God allowed you to wake up to enjoy another day. You have to give thanks to the Lord every day. It says here the lead, the coronal mass ejection. I read this part. I truly apologize, guys. Let me just skip this one here. Here we go. Veterans Day fireworks. X5.1 flare, R3 strong, from region 4274. Region 4274 produced an X5.1 flare at 11/1004 UTC, likely the strongest flare of the cycle. More information will follow in subsequent posts. Stay tuned to our website for updates. That was today. Another eruption. 5:47 a.m. Eastern Time, November 11, 2025. If the merger occurs before impact, expected late November 11 into the 12th, it could trigger G3 strong to G4 severe geomagnetic storms far beyond the moderate G2 levels initially predicted. Now it says here, this means brighter auroras visible as far south as Alabama. Alabama? You know how, man. All right, so multiple states going to see it. On northern Spain, but also heightened risk. Satellite operators report potential drag increases in low Earth orbit. while power grids in high latitude regions like Scandinavia and Canada brace for voltage surges, reminiscent of the 2003 Halloween storms. Now, I think it was back in the 1800. It was one of the biggest solar storm ever. I think it was 1800 or the early 1900s. I mean, it shut down a lot of stuff. I mean, it completely just turned off the light for many, many things. Now, again, back then, it had like stuff like that, satellites and all, but it was I don't know what they had in the 1800s. They might have had something like some technologies back in the 1800s. These objects like the satellites, these are the stuff that could get impacted. A lot of the satellites get fried, causes some problems, GPS interference, radio blackout. It says here, if today's solar tsunami were to escalate to Carrington event, that's the one, the Carrington event proportion, the 1859 superstorm that fired telegraph wires and lit auroras over Hawaii, yikes. Modern society would face serious consequences. If we ever see a 1859, if we ever see that, you could say goodbye to Facebook, to TikTok, and the platforms. You can say goodbye to them for a long period of time. We need these satellites in order to log into platforms. Because not only the satellite is going to get hit, but possibly power grid could get hit. A lot of stuff could get hit. Possibly going to take us years to log into TikTok. That means that a lot of people will have to go outside and play. Yes, that doorknob that you twist left, turn left, and then you go outside. Yeah, that's what you call the outside. You go out and play. A comparable hit could black out power grids across continents for weeks, crippling hospitals. That's not good. Water pumps. That's not good. An ATM. That's not good. This is why it's very important that people prepared. You have to prep. You saw the taste of the government shutdown when a lot of people didn't get the benefits. You need to again prepare. War, EMP, storms, earthquake, volcanoes, anything could crush the system. You need to have some cash put away at home or get silver or gold. Water pumps. You need to stock up on water. Get yourself gallons of water and stock up. And hospital supply, again, preparation kit. You could go to Dollar Tree and get all this. I mean, they're the cheapest one. Alcohol, Band-Aids. It's very important to prepare. Now, this is not a fear-mongering video, but you guys have witnessed the government shutdown. War, its tensions still rising. The sun could release one of the biggest solar flare, worse than 1859, and it could turn off everything. All right, so let's skip some of this stuff here. Satellites would tumble from orbit. GPS vanish. And trillions in economic damage. Trillion, not billions, but trillions economic damage ensure per NASA estimates far worse than far worse than 1989 Quebec blackout. Europe's recent simulation painted a grim picture. Total ecoms collapse, navigation paralyzes, and supply chain chaos. While unlikely, this underscores our fragility. Prepare now, or pay a heavy price later. That's the key word. Prepare now. Stock up. Again, everything is on social media. If you want to learn how to get clean water, or how to grow food, or how to catch a fish without using a fishing pole, how to make fire, how to build a shelter, again, how to prepare yourself for the winter or for the summer. Everything is on social media. You can read, you can watch videos, you can learn. And it's very important to prepare now or pay a heavy price later, like the 42 million that didn't receive their benefits during the gov shutdown. So again, be wise, be very knowledgeable, fill your mind with scriptures. Again, even in the Old Testament, many prophets and many people actually stocked up when it came to famine, when it came to food shortage. And so it's very important that people start preparing spiritually, physically, and mentally, because one day the sun will blow, and God is going to make sure no more phones, no more computer. Time to get back to the church. Time to start praising the Lord Jesus Christ, because a lot of people is making their technology their gods. And it's just not looking good. And again, this is where we at right now, guys. So like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I will keep you updated on this news here. And we are definitely seeing the signs of the heavens. Thank you so much for watching, guys. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.